Hello, good morning. Happy day after Thanksgiving. I hope that most everybody watching this I hope that everybody watching this has a day off today, that they can rest and do whatever they want, whether that's sleep, whether that's hang out with family, whether that's petting the cat, whether that's doing what I'm doing today, which is going to be painting my kitchen. I have it half done, but I have the other half to do. So, just wishing everybody really great day wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I am super late today because I was getting ready for the day of painting the kitchen and then I realized, oh, I have to go do practice. I woke up really early, but I was busy and got involved in my task. So, now we're here. Let's dive in. We're going to today hold in our practice two people. One is a young woman who's just had a baby, and her partner has been cheating on her for the whole pregnancy and before the pregnancy. And it is making it so that it's very difficult for this young mother emotionally, of course, and practically in some practical ways too. And we're also holding Mo, who we prayed for a long time ago, several months ago, when he was shot. And the prognosis was that he would never walk again or stand again. But he advocated for himself, even though the doctors were saying, no, no, it's a lost cause. You'll never walk again. He advocated for himself to get an MRI instead of just the x rays. And the MRI showed that his spinal cord is not severed after all. So there is the potential for him to move. And he stood for a few minutes this week. So for Mo to have that miraculous restoration of mobility, for our young sister, young mother to have a path of great clarity and fantastic support, which I know she does have, as she navigates coping with the partner's infidelity. And then the other day we were chanting for baby Miguel. I have not received an update today, but last I heard he was still hanging on, still struggling, but still hanging on. So now we're going to light our candle and lift a flame for Santa Muerte. We are in her last week of devotion in the temple for this year. We have an annual cycle of goddesses that we work with in the Mount Shasta Goddess Temple. Some of you know that. Every month, there's a different goddess that we work with. These aren't just like names that we've pulled out of a hat. And they're names that do repeat every single year. So every November is Santa Muerte. Every December is the Dear Mother. And these goddesses come from my 18 years now as a practicing priestess. I have dedicated at least a year of study and research to each of the goddesses in our temple's mandala. So when priestesses come into the temple, they spend 2 years or so practicing alongside me with the goddesses that are in the temple's mandala before they develop their own mandala of goddesses. And I encourage each priestess who graduates from our program to do what I've done. And anytime they want to work with a particular goddess, to spend at least a year of their lives researching, reading, doing practices, learning prayers, writing poems, writing songs, engaging in offerings, doing creative projects, so that they have a multidimensional understanding through art, through history, through magical associations, and through their own gnosis about who that goddess is, And then at the end of that year to say, hey, would you like to work with me long term? Or to say, thank you, this has been an amazing year. And now I'm ready to move on, because we're not all supposed to work with every single spirit that we encounter. So, anyway, that's just a little bit about why these different goddesses come up. I realize that maybe there's some of you who I haven't explained that to, or who, might know it already, but be remembering why it's important to spend the time to get to know goddesses, um, before we commit to them. And this is on my mind because our second year priestesses are going to be taking their vows and consecrating their aspirational mandalas next week. And then they're going to begin the process of working their mandalas in their own lives this coming year. So in my mandala, we work with Santa Muerte in the month of November due to the holiday Dia de los Muertos being the beginning of the month, and also because I went to her shrine for the first time on November 1st, 2018 in Tepito in Mexico City, and also because it is the month of my father's passing, his anniversary, which is today. So, holding my family in my practice today, too. And grateful forever to Santa Muerte for giving my father the death he wanted, swift, in his own bed, as if he just fell asleep, with a smile. Madre mía, Santa Muerte, ante las dificultades de la vida, ayúdame. En mis desaciertos, ilumíname. En mis soledades, acompáñeme. En las horas difíciles, fortaléceme. En más tentaciones, defiéndeme. En las penas y tristezas, consuélame. Con tu inmenso poder, protégeme. Con tu infinito amor, ámame. Con tu gran bondad, mírame. Con tu mano providente, guíame. Así sea por siempre. Amen. We have been, I dare say, somewhat inadvertently working with the Priestess of Light Oracle this month. It was sort of just sitting here on the side of my Dharma room, and I just picked it up and then started to work with it. I had thought maybe we would work with it for December. Maybe we still will, I don't know, because we kind of only have had half November for our practice, but we'll see. There may be another oracle that wants to come in December. We shall see. Today, our card is sensuality, feminine wisdom, and passion. I am for this. Oh, Linda, sending you love for your anniversary, and also a happy birthday yesterday. So let's see how we're going to get into our sensuality today. I love this card for a day off if you have it. And if you don't have a day off today, I hope you get one really soon and that you can delve into sensuality as part of that day. A majestic tiger, is there any other kind? A majestic tiger gazes to the right into your future, alert to the new adventures and passions about to be awakened in your life. His thick coat and sinewy muscles relay a classic expression of sensuality and movement. This energy is present for you too. It's time to open up to the more sensuous side of life, to touch, taste, see, and hear with a heightened appreciation and awareness. The tiger is calling you to slow down and really experience the joys of the senses. Savor every moment of a beautiful scene, a sweet taste, or a tender touch that sparks soul appreciation. The resulting energetic momentum brings you into alignment with the beauty and bliss of the universe. In addition, a more passionate sensuality may be on the rise. Don't dismiss the potential for shared excitement and increased sexuality. The tiger also brings messages of feminine wisdom and devotion. Tigresses are devoted mothers. This may foretell a period of dedicating more time to your family or even a new devotion to the needs of your own sweet inner child. Listen to your intuition in these and all matters. This wisdom is alive in you and ready to advise. Don't be fooled by the rise of feminine energy. I don't understand this part because she's equating feminine energy with gentleness, but the tiger is anything but gentle. That doesn't work. So we're going to skip that line. Your gentle nature is matched by great power at this time. Tigers hunt at night, so you may experience an increase in nighttime activities, both social and professional. You might also be feeling more adventuresome and more willing to take risks. In fact, you may now find yourself becoming more passionate about a great many things. Enjoy this zest for life. And our affirmation today: I open to the joyous experiences that all of my senses bring. New adventures bring me a greater passion for life. I think that, Mother Tiger energy is so powerful. It is a protective, uh, definitely sensuous, definitely empowered kind of energy. Um, Thank you, Danielle. Um, I think that the card sensuality depicts for us the need for experiences that reconnect us to our senses. I read a really interesting opinion in the New York Times today, and it was of a woman who said she doesn't want to join the metaverse where we're always living virtually everywhere because she feels that the disconnect from the body that is the risk as part of that is quite significant, particularly to the vulnerable, like people with eating disorders or sensory issues. To be more disconnected from the body is problematic. To be more connected to the body will yield better results. And then she cited several studies of you know, massage as used to treat things like trauma, PTSD. That, for example, a study of women who were recovering from sexual assault, there was a group that got 2 massages a week and a group that didn't. The group that got 2 massages a week all reported that they felt like they were reconnecting with their bodies in a positive way, where the women who were not receiving massage reported an increased aversion to touch, which is, of course, understandable because of the trauma that they've been through. So this was a really great op-ed. If you have a subscription to the New York Times, I'm sure you can look for it. Something, it's like, I don't want to be part of the metaverse or something like that is the name of the article. Anyway, the long and short of it is we do spend an increased amount of time in a virtual reality. And I am for a seamless experience of the virtual and the physical. I love the idea of being out in nature and also being able to access my phone so that I don't get lost while hiking, my GPS. I love the idea of walking into an airport where it's busy, full of people, but having a very quick check-in experience because of a kiosk that's there rather than having to wait for every single person to talk to a person. It's not like I don't see how the integration of technology in our physical environments can be really positive. I love the videos of the people who go and put a little, like, they'll um, tape a little electrode sensor onto the leaf of a plant, and then they have a program where the vibratory emission of the plant makes music. I love stuff like that. I think it's great. But I also think that there is no replacing the true sensual experience of the living physical body. And learning to balance between the actual and the virtual is another aspect of the Dharma that can be very fruitful for us. We can learn to balance between the actual offerings that we make here of pouring the water bowls, lighting the candles, lighting the incense, and the virtual clouds of offerings that we generate with our desire to make offerings. So, in the Buddhist tradition, we pour these water offering bowls, but then we mentally transform them into voluminous clouds, palaces full of offerings to give to Guanyin. And we've talked about this before. We don't do that because Guanyin needs it. We do that because our our mental and spiritual well-being is enhanced by the giving of devotional offerings. So I think that let's today spend a little bit of time indulging, engaging. I love that. Um, Travel is worthwhile in itself, is Christina's favorite fortune from a cookie. Travel is worthwhile in itself. I love that. That's so beautiful. Um, let's spend the time today balancing the outer world of the sensual physical experience as well as the inner world of the virtual sensate experience, the pleasure world of our imagined sensual experience, and the um, unseen world of the many different communications we have with beings, energies, and entities that are benevolent to us. So that's our short bit for today. That's what you were here for. Now let's dive into practice. 3 prostrations before the shrine of Guanyin. And today, I think I'm going to go buy the paint for this room. I wanted to do it the other day, but it didn't happen. But this room has such an my Dharma room has such an interesting, awful color on the walls. And so that's why I've like mostly covered it up. Like this wall behind this is this hanging is black, which it just is like it sucks all the light out of this small room. And then the walls here are this kind of sage green, but it's not like a vivid, bright, beautiful sage green. It's more like a dull gray green, kind of army greenish color. And so I am going to be painting this room. And then there's one wall that has like grayish white wood grain paneling. It's the strangest room. We've got brown trim, a black wall, 2 gray green walls, and like a birch looking paneling. I like the birch looking paneling. The rest of it is going to become dark red. That's what's going on in here. So that, we've got the dark, and then I might do some gold trim or who knows, we'll see. I'm excited about it though. But first I have to paint the kitchen. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. Holding Mo, holding our sister who's going through it with her partner and a brand new baby, holding Miguel Angel, and anyone else who would benefit from our prayers today. And let's recite the four immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guanyin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Omahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guanyin, remain until the end of samsaric existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations of Namo Guanyin Pusa, calling out to the one who is here with us as we experience the lived sense of compassion. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. Namo Guanyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanyin Pusa. And our brief practice for summoning prosperity by Jamgun Mipam Rinpoche. Hung Chosum Sasum Natang Chakye Tu Tenyo Sishi Chayang Getsen Kun Dirku Dirdu Pelge Minu Par Deki Tashi Lexo Pabar Sho. Hum. By the power of mantras and mudras of the three jewels and three roots, may all the good omens, abundance, and prosperity of the animate and inanimate universe, both samsara and nirvana, be summoned and gathered here and expand without ever declining, so that the splendor of happiness, well-being, auspiciousness, and all that is good may blaze forth. Hung Chosum Sasum Nakdang Chakye Tu Tenyo Sishi Chayang Getsen Kun Dirku Dirdu Pelge Minu Par Deki Tashi Lexo Palbar Sho. And 108 recitations now of Om Mani Padme Hum, sending out our good prayers for all of those who we mentioned in our dedication earlier. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lamadei Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of supreme bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher, and wishing everyone a happy weekend, and see you on Monday. Bye.